everything look good, including being overweight. So, you know. Scientifically, you cannot drink alkaline water and it makes your cells apolytic. The closer you are to nature, the healthier you'll be.
Hello and happy Saturday, everyone. You are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. Hello, welcome. We are live streaming on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and on Instagram. So as you're coming in, go ahead and do the things. Share the live. Go ahead and give us likes, thumbs up, things like that, so that we know that you are there. Again, we so much appreciate everyone that shows up tonight or this morning. We are going to be talking about whole foods, what they are, and why they matter. Okay. Also, what do I have here? Healing ingredients from nature, and it's moving so slow. I'm sorry. Creating simple whole food recipes for everyday health. So as you're coming in, please go ahead and share the live, drop comments, let us know that you are there. Dr. Zari, go ahead and join me here on stage so we can get started. Hello and grand rising to you.
Grand Rising to you, Grand Rising to everyone out there. We really want to thank you for being here. Look, go ahead and share this. As we always say, when you share, it shows that you care, and we really want you to get this out to a lot of folks. Before I go into this, remember tomorrow at Lamert Park between 12 o'clock and 6 p.m. I will be there along with many other professionals and, excuse me, the different activists. A lot of people will be there that will be speaking. We'll have also fitness classes. We'll talk about fitness. We have a lot martial artists and yoga teachers, and we have other educators there. There'll be booths, and this is put on by Let's Be Whole. Let's Be Whole, and this is a very conscientious group of beautiful people that are bringing to you some of the healthier things that we can talk about, and some of the healthier things that we can do to make ourselves healthier. And Kara, I have to say that you are looking beautiful. You're taking care of your skin, your face, your lovely, your hair, your exercise. You're doing a lot of great things. It's not easy,
No,
but
it's not.
it's definitely worth every second.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. So who do we have down here?
We got James Norman. Hello, Dr. Z and Sister Carolyn. The Motor City is listening. Hello to you.
Yes, indeed, man. Miss you, man. Detroit, of course, you know, that's where I was born, and that's really. Sometimes I just think about we did so many things, had so much fun, and we continue to do so. Why in the world do people keep buying stuff and eating stuff that's making them sick? Well, you don't understand that you're up against a big machine. I mean, a huge machine, a multi-billion-dollar machine. So it's not just like a lot of people just sitting around eating the stuff and purposely hurting themselves, and accumulating these types of foods to their to their liking. They just continue to eat the stuff, and then the things that people are interested in then later is weird. You'll eat all of the BS, all of this stuff that shouldn't be in your body, but you at the same time you will only pay attention to the things that will hurt you. That's really a trip. The manufacturers got us so strung out that we don't even want to listen to anything about helping ourselves. but we'll go ahead and eat all the junk because we kind of, hey, I'm cool, I'm hip. I don't know what that the hell, but it's crazy to know that something can actually cause problems, cause all types of illnesses, and people still do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're up against that machine, as I said, and there's a thing that I keep saying over and over, and I think eventually people will finally get it. I'll keep saying it to my satisfaction, but it's called euphoria.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And euphoria, when you just love to feel good, it tastes good, it look good, it smells good, it feels good. Oh my goodness. How can you fight against that?
Right.
That's the thing. How can you fight against something that's so good that brings you so much just comfort? They call them comfort foods. It brings you comfort, and all of these foods that are available to us that are absolutely delicious, and foods that can give you that same dopamine rush. Yes, there are many foods that are like that. I want you to definitely comment. um, all you have to do is make comments, press the thumbs up or something. But we want to know that you're there. Perhaps we'll do a live show someday soon. But we definitely want you to get involved with the comments. Good, I see that you're listening. They're going up already. That's excellent. Thank you for those of you that's over here on Instagram also. Please, we want you to, be. Um, we really want you to be involved. There we go. I think now we got it going on over here.
Yeah. Because I was in it before, and I was like, let me see if it's my phone.
Yeah.
It just popped up. I see it now.
Okay. Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So, all right, so today what we're talking about this the whole foods, and we're talking about recipes, and we're talking about ingredients. But I don't want you to think that it's just going to be about, ooh, I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, rah rah rah. We want to really talk about how important it is that you read, that you make sure that what you're putting in your body is something that's strengthening your body, not taking strength away from your body, and that's what it does over time. Look at this carton, for instance. Now, this carton right here, if you've seen it before, this is one of the new techniques that they use on some of the cartons. This is a plant milk, and the plant milk, it happens to be oat milk. And on it you have all of the things that is as unsweetened as vanilla. It has calcium and other vitamins A and D. It also has if you look over here on the nutrition facts, and free from, like, peanuts and dairies and artificial flavors and artificial preservatives, lactose, soy. I mean, it goes on and on. And when you look at this, it's like, dang, this got to be the healthiest stuff I can put in my body.
Mm-hmm.
But if you read it, not peruse, if you read it and find out a little more, it says ultra pasteurized. What the hell is that? Ultra pasteurized, I'm going to go more into it, but we know that pasteurization is just cooking. When you cook something, you heat it up, that's pasteurization right there. But what is ultra pasteurization? And then there's ultra processing. Ultra processing and ultra pasteurization this is what's done to what used to be in this oat milk. Now, I used to drink oat milk, but I was one of the people that, hey, I got it. Now, let me, yeah, ooh, this looks good. I read just enough for me to say, yeah, that's good. The rest of it got to be good. Like, I'm trusting it. And what happens when you trust this thing, you are definitely taking a chance, because I'm going to read it to you. Well, I could go over it now. These are some of the things that they don't only have for oats, but they also have different type of oat milks and different types of flavors in the oat milk. But remember, again, why is it important? Because the pasteurization actually can destroy most of the nutrients that we're drinking for in the first place. If you don't have the nutrients, all you do, you might as well drink cow's milk or goat's milk, and you'll get the same thing out of it. Pasteurization is mainly for killing bacteria, but what's going on now is that these high temperatures can affect sensitive. You have the sensitive ingredients like vitamins and minerals, for instance, will be heat kills a lot of vitamins, and then you have the vitamins, especially that are sensitive to light. So when you are buying things that are supposed to be or that's been on the shelf, either they're packed in a certain package, or they've added a lot of the ingredients to it to keep it fresh, and I don't want to say fresh. I want to say that it keeps it from spoiling on the shelf. So the shelf life is very important. All right, we're going to go back over here to Carolyn, and then we're going to shoot into we're going to start right into our talk today. Our discussion is on whole food plant-based recipes and ingredients. Carolyn.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. I appreciate it. We have I'm gonna go over to the comments. Sorry. There's a comment here from Yolanda. I saw it. No, I'm sorry. It's from but hello Yolanda. But it's actually from James Norman. He says, I believe processed food addiction is just as bad as drug alcohol addiction.
That's a good point there, because I agree with you. I think that food itself is we can form low grade addictions. I say low grade because they got some other stuff that'll knock your boots off, but it's really important. Thank you for that, because it's really important that we read. We have to read this stuff and understand the effects of what we're eating and what we're drinking.
Absolutely. So, again, thank you all so much for joining us. We are live streaming on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and on Instagram. Now, I will say something in regards to Instagram. I'll drop a comment in the chat whenever we hit a 1 hour mark. Instagram cuts off right away. So I know sometimes people may say, "Oh, they just cut it off," and we don't cut it off. It's the software that we're using that automatically cuts it off when we hit to a 1 hour mark. That's why if I have time, or if I notice it's popping up, I'll say we'll finish on YouTube. So I just wanted to let anyone on Instagram. Leah Long is over on Instagram. Says Royal Rising Family. I'm tuning in from Arizona today. Thank you so much for tuning in from Arizona, Leah Long. But yes, over on Instagram. Just wanted you guys to know that.
Oh, all right. Malia is in Arizona. Go ahead, girl. Traveling. That's beautiful. Man, strong and beautiful. Malia, thank you very much for tuning in this morning. I think I'm going to, yeah, there we go. I
I
think
see
I'm
you.
up now. Do you see it?
I do.
Okay, very good. Here we go, and let's talk about it. First of all, I wanted to show you this. This is what you're looking at right now. If you, whether you know it or not, this is a part of what is called processing right here, and processing what here? This is like the homemade vegan eggs. And we're going to go back over this later on. But I wanted you to see this, that you can make your own mayo, you can make your own mayonnaise, you can make your own mustard, you can make your own yogurt. All of these things, and this will definitely bring down the bill, all the money that you're spending at these various stores. You can make your own stuff. I think one of the most important things that I've bought in my kitchen was a food processor. And the food processor helps you to blend, and it helps you to change or to make nice recipes without cooking in a lot of cases. But it can also, I've made split pea soup where I take the cooked split peas and then I break them all down to make a nice thick split pea soup, and it that turns out really good too. And then sometimes you want it chunky, so you'll use those chunks on it too. So we do have a choice of things. So that's why it's important to have education provides variety. That's what education does. You're not just caught up on one thing and that's the only thing that you can do or that's the only thing that you can choose. Let's go into this whole food recipes and ingredients. Now, understanding the whole foods, we or just to think about what they are altogether. What are the whole foods? You hear people talk about this plant-based, whole food plant-based, but do you know what you're talking about? So let's start doing that, being responsible for what we're thinking and what we're talking about. First, understanding whole foods, what they are and why they matter, the difference between whole foods and processed foods, the nutritional benefits, and reading the label that we talked about earlier there is just super important. So the first thing is understanding the whole foods. Whole foods are foods that remain as close as possible to their natural state. That's what they are. Those foods that remain as close as possible to their natural state, with a little or no processing. That's why Trader Joe's is so famous and more people go there, because they do have some processed foods there and processed packaged foods, but some of them aren't as processed as you would find in some of the regular supermarkets. Examples would be like fruit and vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Unlike highly processed foods, whole foods generally contain their natural fiber, their minerals, their vitamins, and the beneficial plant compounds, which we call polyphenols. And this is great for you to know, because it's giving you, now you start, pretty soon you're going to start feeling variety. I can choose from many things and I could be very pleased with my choices because they're healthy and they're effective. Eating a diet centered around whole foods can help to improve your overall health, your support your healthy digestion. It can also maintain stable energy levels, and it also reduces the risk of chronic disease such as heart disease, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. We talk about that all the time, and some people act like, I ain't hear nothing, I'm going to listen to Dr. Zarif talk about these things, but I'm going to keep on eating the stuff that I've been eating. And if you're not growing from it, it is nothing but entertainment to you, but we want you to grow from it. Now, I want to talk about just a few things now, because we've been talking about shelf life, we've been talking about processing. One of them is the ultra processing, and that's what I was talking about when I was holding this oat oat milk up. When I want you to really pay attention to it so you will know exactly what they do. And I say they, the manufacturers, food manufacturers, what do they do when we're just going out buying this food? And we can make it better than it tastes in the carton, and it can definitely be with much less processing going on. The ultra processing, it refers to the industrial manufacturing of foods using ingredients and additives that are not typically found in a home kitchen. So ultra processing, they usually are foods that are made by special machinery. Now, these foods can contain refined starches, added sugars, unhealthy fats, artificial flavors, colors, emulsifiers, preservatives, and other substances designed to enhance the taste, the texture, the convenience, convenience, and shelf life. And shelf life is super important to these companies, because if not, what they'll do is they'll probably well, not probably, they will lose much of what they've produced, because the shelf life is super important, and that's what is one of the most important parts of selling the food, is that you make it accessible, you make it available, so that you'll have the food that you want, and you can buy it and still take it home and have it on the shelf for some more days, and put it in the refrigerator and extend that. Sometimes you don't eat it right away. Examples include the packaged snack foods, the sugary cereals, the soft drinks, candy, the instant noodles, chicken nuggets, and many of the frozen ready-to-eat meals. In contrast, the whole or the minimally processed foods such as fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, nuts, and plain yogurt remain close to their natural state, and generally retain more of the original nutrients and fiber. And that's one of the biggest things that we're missing in our diets today, is fiber. So we have colorectal cancer, we have stomach problems, digestive problems, we have colitis, we have all types of diseases, because we're not eating the foods with the intact shall I say, the benefits, the nutrients. And that's what I eat for. I eat for the taste, of course, and the satisfaction of eating and being able to have something that is that I have the choice of choosing what I want to eat. But keep in mind that you also want to eat for the nutrients. The food that we eat and what we drink without any nutrients is one of the things that will definitely cause problems with the way that we or what we eat, what we choose to eat, and what keeps us healthy. Research has linked the high consumption of ultra processed foods to an increased risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and other chronic health conditions. However, the degree of risk depends on the overall dietary pattern and lifestyle, not just a single food item. Okay, so that means that the stuff that we talked about, remember we talked about your nutrition, your exercise, we talked about your environment, we talked about your sleep. All of these are very important principles that you should keep in mind as you are choosing better food to eat. It just doesn't happen by itself. Nutrition does not work alone. Ultra pasteurization, we talked about that a little bit again. I'm just pointing over here to this oat milk. It has it all over it, ultra pasteurization. Now, ultra pasteurization is a food safety process in which a liquid food, most commonly milk or cream, is heated to a very high temperature, at least 280 degrees Fahrenheit, for a few seconds, then is rapidly cooled down. They cool it, and this process destroys the harmful bacteria like Shigella, Salmonella, E. coli, and others, and it significantly extends the shelf life. Now, if you didn't remove that bacteria, what you will do, it will putrefy or fermentate faster, and then you'll end up with the product that you didn't necessarily want. Unlike the ultra processing, the ultra pasteurization is simply a preservation technique that does not necessarily involve adding artificial ingredients, preservatives, or the intensive industrial modification of food. For example, ultra pasteurized milk is still milk, but it has been heated to treat and to last longer in refrigeration. So refrigeration is one thing that definitely makes a big difference. But remember, there was a time that we didn't have refrigeration. A lot of that preservation was because of salt. And we'll get into that later on. But remember, I just want to give you a little history, and I want to give you up to date what's going on with it. Choose the foods that are healthy. I want to go back into the ultra pasteurized. The process is just slightly alters the flavor, and it reduces the small amounts of certain heat sensitive vitamins, but it generally preserves the food's major ingredients, including protein, calcium, and fat. So, in short, just keep this in mind that the ultra processing means the extensive industrial formulation and additives and refined ingredients. So ultra processing is extensive industrial formulation with additives. They added into it and they refined the ingredients. A lot of times when you talk about ultra processing, it is changing the way the origination of the food, and it is also taking out some of the ingredients so that it will have a longer shelf life. So that means that we are missing through pasteurization or ultra pasteurization some of the very, very healthy nutrients. And ultra pasteurization, remember that this is high heat. Now, remember extensive industrial formulation, that's the processing, and with it comes with additives and refined ingredients. And ultra pasteurization, remember, I always think cook is when something's been cooked or heated up. High heat treatment for food safety and longer shelf life. Okay, all right. If you don't believe me, don't make me go and put on my lab coat and my stethoscope. Ooh, somebody gonna get hurt out there. Some people don't even believe you, Carolyn, when if you unless you got like all this stuff hanging around and pins in your pocket. And I understand that if I am at doing clinical work or if I'm at the hospital or urgent care center. But some people are so messed up and so um,
Brainwashed.
brainwashed
Hmm.
that they continue to do the things that they've done for years and not getting any better, but just really, I think that they're pretty much making themselves feel good despite knowing all the things that they know. Because some people know. I spoke at Marcus Garvey School a couple of days back. Last, I think it was Friday or Thursday.
Wednesday.
Uh,
Wednesday.
what was it? Wednesday?
Hmm. I believe it was Wednesday.
Okay, so I went back, I went there, and the children were brilliant. The teachers were brilliant. Holla out to that BT over there and all the beautiful people that I got a chance to meet, and it was just really incredible. These children, they knew already. They knew. Now I asked them what did they eat for breakfast. I asked them what did they eat for lunch, and they answered not really bad, but they understood some of the negative effects of eating burgers and drinking sodas and having high contents of salt and sugar and grease. All of that stuff. They really had they're on their way. They're very young. I was talking to people from the fifth grade up to the eighth grade. The eighth grade are considered seniors at because they go up to the eighth grade, and but it was like talking to young adults because they were very wise. Their teachers have taught them wonderfully, and this is the Marcus Garvey School that's located in Los Angeles, right on Slauson. I'm telling you, it was just such a breath of fresh air. And we have a lot of black schools like this, or schools that are predominantly black, but also with so much wisdom that is taught to the children. And I'm glad to see. that we talked about age for a while, and we had some good laughs about that. But they do know the importance of their elders, and this was very, very beautiful. I also want to give a shout out to Eden Smart. She just graduated, and Noah Smart, he was just promoted. And I just wanted to say a shout out to you. School is some of the most fun times of your life, and learning, especially those of you with those excellent teachers, professors, and those educators. You are so lucky because you have so many people that would attest to going to school all of those years and not learning a doggone thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, some most of the stuff that you learn and the way the system is set up is in elementary school. So you forget about a lot of the junior high and a lot of the high school things because you're busy, mixing and chatting and all those kinds of things.
Right.
Okay, I want to go back here and I want to talk about some of the steps of pasteurization, and then I'm going to get off this. I just want to give you an idea. These are some of the steps that it takes when they're breaking down or heating up food: collection and filtration, heating, holding time, rapid cooling, packaging and storage, basic steps of oh yeah, and that was just the basic steps of pasteurization. Now the basic steps of flash pasteurization, which is different than this. Flash pasteurization is high temperature for a short time. Filtration and standardization, rapid heating, short holding time. Holding time is the liquid has to be held at a temperature for about 15 seconds. And other holding time for the regular pasteurization is that the liquid is maintained at a temperature long enough to destroy harmful microorganisms. And then you have immediate rapid cooling, and you have packaging and refrigerated storage. All of this comes down to the key difference that traditional pasteurization uses a lower temperature for a longer time, while flash pasteurization uses a higher temperature for a shorter time, achieving similar food safety results while better preserving flavor and nutrients. And just like Joe said earlier, it is something that we should definitely keep in mind that foods, humans, we can get addicted to doggone near anything. And so if we are being addicted to almost anything, shouldn't we be more careful about what we're eating? Especially when you start saying, oh, I gotta have that cookie or that slice of pie, or I gotta have that big plate of spaghetti and meatballs, or I gotta have some soda, I gotta have that ginger ale, I gotta have the 7 Up, I gotta have the Fanta. All of these things are like this. Some of them, some people are not addicted to them, but they like them a lot. But when you like things a lot, what are we doing? We're not fooling ourselves, because over time, that you like a lot will become a greater love affair between you and whatever you're eating. And if you can't get it, it's not accessible to you, guess what? Yeah, you get like cravings like crazy, and that leads to an addiction, and it's something that to definitely keep in mind. Make sure that you check us out on the website so that you'll know where I'll be speaking, and the things that I have coming up. A lot of activities, a lot of events. Okay, all right. So that's that. Now, as far as like when it really comes down to heating up things, I want to just talk a little bit about the foods that are cooked at the higher temperature. When you're cooking, some of the let's say ingredients or composition of some foods are broken down with heat, and these higher temperatures come from using or preparing, the use of grilling, boiling, searing, roasting, frying, and commercial industrial processing. And some of the examples include charbroiled meats like steaks and burgers and barbecue. And then you have a deep fried foods. And deep fried foods would be the French fries, the fried chicken, and the donuts. And typically is actually cooked at the oil at 325 to 375 degrees, as you see up on the screen. And then there's wood fired or brick oven pizzas. And we talked about this before, 700 to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Roast coffee beans for those coffee lovers, 350 to 480 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you have toasted bread crackers and baked crackers, commercially processed snack foods, flame seared foods. And an example of that would be directly exposed to open flames, creating the highest surface temperatures. So when you go out to these restaurants and it's cozy and they have a big fireplace and they have the pizza oven and you have aroma, all of those things, this is really time for you to exercise your discipline, because the aroma, the just the sounds, the crackling, the looking, what you see. It may be the little bubbles rising from the spaghetti sauce, and all of these things just make your mouth water. Some of you probably watering now just by me just talking about it, and that just shows you that the power of the food that we eat. Now, I went up to certain things here, but as like some of the other things that happen when we heat up food is furan. Furan is a substance that you'll be familiar with as you keep on watching, but it has to do with some of the things that happen when we're cooking foods on these high temperatures. And furan is it can be really bad. And related compounds these compounds, they also can form during the high temperature processing in canned, jarred, and packaged foods. That's right. So if you're eating canned foods, jarred foods, or packaged foods, you can be susceptible to furan and the related compounds. And it's also found in coffee, baby foods. Yes, I said it, baby foods, man, and self-stable, the self-stable products. And we have next the nitrosamines. Now, nitrosamines can form nitrites. They form when the nitrites used in cured meats reacts with protein during high heat cooking. Now, this is a whole process where these nitrosamines are formed when the nitrates are used to used in cured meats. Cured meats are meats that, for instance, if you're from the old school when they used to hang part of the pig and saw the pig right in half long ways, and then hang it up on a hook and pack it with salt. And this was the meats that they would use to get out trichinosis, which is the name of the parasites that are in pigs. And this is, I know that just turned your stomach over, didn't it? But that's to keep in mind some of the things that you're up against when you're dealing with nitrosamines. The nitrates used to cure the meats to react with the proteins. So the proteins is a part of the composition of the pig or pork during the high, and this happens during the time that you're grilling. Some people, you have cultures that dig a big hole and put the whole pig under, in the dirt, and it'll cook for over, I think, 24 hours or something. And and they have people that come back and check it, and it has the Anyway, yuck. And it's just the way people eat. I won't make fun of it because that's just the way we were brought up. And some people, when I'm saying yuck, they're saying yum. So it's one of those things is yuck or yum. And if you like it, is I'm sure is yum for you. The nitrosamines are associated primarily with the processed meats, such as the bacon, as sausage, and hot dogs. Now, you've probably heard people or your professional servers or servants actually telling you about the processed meats and how they form nitrosamines. Now, the nitrosamines and nitrosamines, they are actually the bacon, the sausage, and the hot dogs. They've been associated with cancer causing substances, especially the hot dogs. Well, the sausage and the bacon, all of these they use, that's a part of the flavor and the process of bringing these particular products to us. Now, foods least likely to form these compounds would be, guess what? Can you, yeah, right. Fresh fruit, raw vegetables, steamed vegetables, boiled legumes, whole grains cooked in water. Now, foods prepared with moist, low temperature cooking methods are also a part of this. These are some of the least are likely to form compounds when you cook food at lower temperatures. In general, the highest levels of heat-related compounds are found in foods that are fried, charred, grilled over open flames, heavily roasted, smoked, and highly processed. Yes, those people that buy these machines that they can or their ovens, a smoking oven that they'll put the ribs and they'll put other steaks and all that to enhance the flavor. They'll do this, but the highest levels are related to the compounds that are found in foods that are actually cooked in very high temperatures. Whole plant foods preferred with gentler cooking methods. They tend to contain much lower amounts. And when you don't get your nutrients, guess what? You're not getting what the benefits of eating that. Okay, we're just a few seconds away, and we're going to bring Carolyn back. The several compounds they can actually form when foods, especially the rich in protein, fat, or sugar, are cooked at high temperatures. And one is advanced glycated end products, and you've probably heard AGEs. Now, I'll bring that up later, but the AGEs, they actually form when the sugars react with proteins and fats during heating. So the fat and the sugar, or you have the sugar that reacts with the proteins and fats. And when the sugar, again, think about glycation. That's when the sugars react with the proteins and the fats during heating. That heat is almost a turnoff now because we've been overdoing it with those high temperatures, especially those of you that frequent people that are eating the street foods. Delicious, but very can be very deleterious. Now, with the common grilled, fried, roasted, and heavily processed foods, they also can be open or vulnerable to the advanced glycation end products. Now, this is also the AGEs are associated with the increased oxidative stress and inflammation, which means that you will definitely, if it's increased oxidation, what you're doing is that you're causing a wider spread of the different um, dying of the I'm looking for this word that I just but for right now, this what happens is that you start to lose a lot of your cells that are dying anyway, but they speed up when you have oxidative stress. Is when you increase the oxidative stress that happens naturally, and it also can increase inflammation. That's in your joints, your arms, your wrists, your elbows, your neck, your back, your knees, your ankles. And this is very important if you want to stop hurting, getting rid of those things that we do, the grilling, the fried, the roasted, and heavily processed food. I want to do just a couple of more. I'm just going to mention this because I'll come back to it. Heterocyclic amines, the HCAs, and the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Sounds very much alike, but the HCAs, they actually form when the meat, the poultry, and the fish are cooked at high temperatures, especially grilling, pan frying, and broiling. Now they're produced from reactions including amino acids, sugars, and creatine in the muscle. Now, the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, they form when fat and juices drip onto the flames and hot coals, creating smoke and deposits. You see this when you're out grilling, right? The juice that's coming from those ribs, and it falls, all the juice can fall onto other foods that you may have on the grill, and the drips that fall onto some of the charcoal, they can actually, as the smoke is going up, the common charred and smoked meats are affected by that, and people like it because of the taste. Yeah, but that taste can be real dangerous. All right, we're gonna go back up to Carolyn. What you got, Carolyn?
Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. It's funny because you say it can be so good, and it's like you were talking about the pig and all that, and of course, I used to eat bacon and everything, and I was just thinking, oh, that was so good, you know, because it is. Whenever you, but you live and you learn, and you fix it as you see fit. So I'll just leave it at that.
Well, the other thing is that really face up to what's happening. You're getting information that say stop eating things that are causing you to be ill. Stop eating things that are cause you to think about the risk that you have in contracting other like cancer and all types of illnesses and infections. And these are some of the things that you can actually reduce the risk of illness, disease, and infection, and death itself by making better choices. Our bodies are very resilient, so a lot of these things we don't even feel because we young and you feeling great. You're 22, 24 years old. Hey, I never been to the hospital before. There's nothing wrong with me. I am eating and I'm healthy, and that's the way it is. But you find out later on, after 30 years old, you can start feeling differences in your body. 40 years old, you feel a little even more. But over 50 years, if you haven't gone to the hospital yet for something that happens, and I'll say, quote, naturally, this is only a short time before you will be going in. Practically everyone over 50 years old has some kind or had some kind, but mostly in the future will have something that you will have to go to the hospital for, because our bodies are not made to live forever.
Right, correct. I have something. Let me see. Um, Michelle says, "Hey family, I pray all is well. I've been I'm gonna put it up on. Okay, I've been missing you all due to heavy travel plans and due to my grandmommy extensive sports schedule. I'm so looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you both for continuously educating us on how to heal our bodies through nutrition and exercise. You pour so much into us, and I appreciate you. Thank you so
Oh, yeah, we appreciate you too. What a beautiful note. That's what I'm talking about.
much.
That's beautiful. And that's the mind of my sister. We'll change the show from mind to nature. Thank you so much, Shell. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate. And I know I missed you, but I know you've been taking care of business, and I see your um, the videos and you with the family and all that. You doing your thing, and I'm sure it's appreciated by family and all of us, because you definitely set that pace for higher spirit. So thank you so much. Thank you for taking time to let us know what's happening too. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much. And over on Instagram, hello Eclipse Soleil. I see you. Hello, good morning to you.
All right.
Over on Instagram.
Great. We got a lot of people here, and then congratulations to all of those people that have graduated and those people who have gotten, again, rewarded with promotion. Like some people have just moved to a higher grade, and that's really incredible. And congratulations to those of you that will be starting college next semester. And this is really, I'm sure you're really, really excited. Remember, this will be some of the best times of your life. College is a blast if you're around the right people, and certainly middle school and high school. For those youngsters, this is a great time, and the great parents. I've just met so many great parents, and it really makes you feel like, yay, there is something to look forward to, because sometimes you can have those experiences with what the hell is going on with the youth. The youth is just act like they're just out of their minds, and but when you run across those that are paying attention, those people that are learn how to respect, and it's really beautiful. I miss Shuby. Shuby was like that, we were so beautiful, and just so much respect, and boy, we are just so blessed just to have the memory. So let's go ahead here. We have any questions, Carolyn?
There was a comment from Yolanda saying, recently I've been researching foods to help build muscle strength. After 160-pound weight loss naturally, I'm now working on building my muscle strength.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for that. I know there's a few things that I just think is outstanding, and that's you actually losing that weight naturally, because now GLP is just so doggone popular
Mm.
that a lot of people aren't using anything but this time to see if they can go and get a prescription for GLP. That is what you've done is super, super important, and a lot of discipline for it. Now, there are some people that have died already, but they've died with their death been associated with GLPs. It doesn't mean that is true, but they have. That's how their death was reported, with possible effects from GLP. If you really want, I should have brought you a photo here, but when you get a chance, look up Randy Jackson and look at the difference between Randy Jackson's body now and the way that his body was before. Now, some people look at especially the stars and they like, oh yeah, this is beautiful. I'm going to take that GLP, and the GLP-1 doesn't work for everybody the same. You can have constipation. You can have digestive disorders. You can have a host of things like not being able to swallow, not being able to hold your food down, like in reverse peristalsis. You can have all kinds of problems that stem from GLP-1, and it seems like, you know, that everybody's having fun and getting smaller and great. I love the idea of something that helps people to be lighter, to take the pressure off your joints, to take away those people that have type 2 diabetes, for instance, obesity itself, and that is a great cause. But by this being what it is, and from what I've read, that this GLP ones were actually discovered. Well, I say it the other way, was actually this main purpose was for diabetes.
Mhm.
But now, since you see, you know, a lot of people are now getting the this results where the weight is falling off, and they've never ever seen themselves like that since they've been a child. So that's a hard one to argue. It's like if it's helping you become unsick and to be healthier. Now you got a lot of people too. I haven't seen people saying I'm doing this in GLP ones, except for Serena Williams. You know, when she was talking about, I think, or it was it Venus?
No, it's Serena. It was Serena.
Yeah. So Serena, yeah, she definitely backs it up, and she works out. You know, of course, after having a child, it changes, and but she can still beat most people on the planet. You know, after even having that, this is a strong woman. But and you have a lot of women like that, I must say. That I just want to just also iterate that it is important that you definitely get it straight, get all the information you can about GLP-1 before you just go and get on it because you're looking for a certain look, you know. And a lot of people do that because, especially when you're in the public, when people are in the public, they want to look a certain way and they want to maintain a certain way. But the GLP-1 antagonist is maybe for some people, but it's not automatically for all people. And it comes in different names. It's Wegovy. Well, I don't even want to say names, but it comes in a lot of names, and you've heard those names.
Yes, a lot
And
of different brands.
yeah, you know, so the same Wegovy is the same thing as Ozempic, for instance. The names, and then there's other names also, but I'm not here to propagate it. I want you to be aware so that you just don't use it because ooh, I can look like that, you know, and this is it can be very dangerous. Okay, uh, Kara, what you think about that?
No, I mean what you said is it makes sense. It is true. I think people are using it and they're seeing that they can now fit into those jeans that they've had in the may have had in the closet, you know, for years, and they're saying, "I'm going to fit these. I'm going to fit these," and now they finally can. So it is that a lot of people they're wanting that feeling of being able to do what they used to do, you know. So there's a lot more that I think that goes into it as far as the choice that people make to use it and to continue to use it. It's like you say, if it's helping you with health wise, then that's a good thing. But if it goes beyond that, then you do have to ask the question, you know, is this a good thing or is it hurting? Is it hurting people? And they also have to have that exit plan. Like, well, I'm going to use it now up until this point, and then I'm going to be done. You know, if there's a plan put in place for it, then that's also a good step to use it.
Excellent, excellent point. That's an excellent point. Don't go into something without a start date, and you need to have a deadline. And
Mhm.
so this is super important. And this is when people are real serious about doing things. If you're not serious, you're just talking, you know, and just talking about it, you're not going to do anything about it. But very good point. Let's go and look at some food care. Here we go. We look at here, this is mayo. You can make your own mayo simply by, that's mustard here. I wanted to show you the mayo. Here are some of the ingredients. We're not going to do a lot of these, but this will give you an idea what you can do, what the power is in your hand. You can make it, the ingredients is just the unsweetened soy milk, and then there's other types of soy milk. But check this out. Again, the soy milk that's in the carton here isn't like the soy milk that you make at home. If you make, like for instance, sprouted soy milk, or they have other fermented soy, not sprouted soy milk, but they have the manufacturers of tofu, and you can actually break those down in your new Ninja. And we're going to have some discounts. We're going to have some prices on it. Maybe I'll have that ready for you next week. But we want to get you to get some good machinery so that you can start making things, saving you a whole lot of money. Okay, so the unsweetened soy milk, you have the avocado, like a cup of avocado here, half a cup of the soy milk, the 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a half teaspoon of salt, and how you do it, you will. I'm going to do that later for you so you can actually see it because we're short on time right now. I want you to also see what else you can make. This is mustard. You can make your own mustard, although it looks a little different because it's not in your little, the yellow or whatever color that is, mustard orange, in the store. So you can make your own mustard. Just thinking about this, you should really pursue it, and you definitely save time and money. Now, yogurt. So when it comes to yogurt, you can make your own yogurt here. And this is just taking, again, you can take some people don't eat soy because some people were told that if you eat soy, that's bad for cancer. If you have a certain type of cancer, a certain type of breast cancer, make sure that you talk to your oncologist and get a couple of opinions. Just don't get one, and because some of this is directly connected with your genes, your gene pool, and some is just connected to some of the allergies or other things that may cause you not, or a person saying, your doctor telling you no, you can't use it. Make sure that they make sense with it. Okay, and then we want to have, like, this is like in the morning, vegan breakfast is the berry oatmeal bowl, and you see some of the things in here that you can put in here. This has walnuts in it, it has raspberries, it has the different blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, then the actual corn. No, this is coconut. So you have the coconut, shredded coconut. It's just really good to do something and have a choice. Other things that you can use here, and this is for a small, like those that are used to eating a heavy dinner or something like that. You can start off with maybe this chickpea. This is a salad, and you have a few chickpeas. See that small amount of chickpeas there? You can also have squash, and you got your tomatoes, and you have also baby spinach. So these are some of the things that you can eat in the evening. Look at this. This looks really good here. Again, I love chickpeas. When you cook them properly, and see, you take your time, and you can do this. This is how even the dressing that's used on top. This is how it looks. You can make your own dressing. Stop spending all of that money, $7 for that little bottle of dressing. Get and there are other ones that are cheaper, but you can make your own, and it's I think you'll really like it. Here's another dish that really different almonds and corn, and it has an apple. Some people use like pineapple, mushrooms, and you have like a sauce as you see at the under it. So it's another different way of enjoying foods. And there's a creamy lentil sweet potato curry. Oh my goodness, just hearing that makes you want to do it. Here's some more things you have in here: kale and purple cabbage, and you also have brown rice here, rice pilaf, along with your chickpeas, and you can make your own mustard or your own salad dressing with that. There are also other things that you can eat. I know Carolyn loves this for tortillas with the vegetables. This is really easy for you to prepare, and it takes no time to do it. Wrap these bad boys up. You're in a car, you're going to your destination, and you don't have to stop off at any of these restaurants that you got to worry about bacteria, you got to worry about aerosol spreads, you got to worry about the spreading of these different diseases. Some of the diseases here, as we wrap it up, think about what's happening now. You got Ebola, you got sickle cell anemia, you have COVID-19, you have the Hanta virus, and you even have another disease. It's called silicosis. And silicosis is a disease that is a lung disease. You should look into it, but you want to definitely keep your children and yourself out of those environments where they're using artificial stone and artificial stone cutting. And don't forget measles right now. Look at all this stuff. You got to take care of yourself. You know why? Because if you're sick and you catch or you contract some of these diseases, you have double trouble now. Okay? You don't want that to happen. You want your immune system to be super powerful. Okay, that's it for the Mind of Nature today. Really appreciate you being here. Wow, it's just amazing. There's a lot of things to keep in mind. Some people aren't going to ever stop eating the BS. They will continue eating the BS. And I'm not talking about berries and sandwiches. I'm talking about when people are making choices to put food in their body that they know very clearly, the facts on what they're eating. Look at Carolyn's skin. Look at the glow. Look at the health, and it gets it like that better and better. And I had pimples everywhere when I was coming up, but I started eating like the foods, for instance, like even like at Hari Krishna, I was invited to Hari Krishna, and I'm telling you, if people can get past their disliking people because they got a different religion, that's some big waste. That's bull hockey. There's so much beauty. You have Christians that are absolutely beautiful. People that care about other people. It's not your religion. It's whether or not you treat people kindly. If you have a care for people, it's not to get caught all up in that religion thing. I'm telling you, you're gonna miss a whole lot thinking that, like, oh, you're not like me, therefore I can't talk to you. It's bad. Anyway, also a shout goes out to my brother Sanjay and all my brothers in Detroit. Let me see. You got Ricky, you got Lee, Edward, Denise, Rodney, Gary, and we have the twins, Dwight and Dwayne. Hey, there it is, y'all. I just wanted to say hello to you. Love for my cousins. First,
When you start saying names, you're gonna miss one.
yeah, yeah. I got all of those because those are the people that I lived with for years, and so very lucky am I, and I appreciate it. Love to all my children. Love to all of yours. And go ahead, Carolyn, before I sign off, say what you would like to say.
Just saying, thank you all so much. I appreciate everyone that dropped a comment, um, thumbs up the the live, and just things that we ask for. Again, yes, we ask for them, but we ask for them because it will help, and it does help. Whenever we see thumbs up and whenever we see comments and things like that, it helps us to grow. It has to do with the pretty much the internet, pretty much, the algorithm. If YouTube or wherever we're streaming to says, "Oh, they like what's going on over there," I bet more people would like it too. So they would send other people to discover our live and then to just become a part of the Zarifian family. So we do appreciate every comment, shares, likes. It goes a long way. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone that contributes to it.
Thank you, Carolyn. And remember, everybody, tomorrow we're going to be at live at the Lamert Park, and you can put it in your GPS right now. It's in Los Angeles. We're starting at 12 p.m., and it's going to be a really nice, a great a health festival there, and a lot of people, new people, you can meet, entertainment, educators, booths, just a lot of fun, great time. We're going to have a wonderful time. So I'll see you out there. Carolyn, be you coming, Carolyn?
Uh,
All right.
if you said we're gonna be live, then yes.
Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna let's do it. We can do it. So we'll see you there. Everybody have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Thank you for tuning in. The Mind of Nature. I'm Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist.